Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This video we're going to be explaining how to adjust the Hunter PGP ULTRA rotor. This is like explaining both the I'm going to explain both the arc as well as the radius. So to start off, let's talk about adjusting the arc. So pretend this is like we're going to pretend this is a 180. So this is the right edge, this is the left edge. Unlike Rainbird, Hunter's left edge is adjustable and the right edge is fixed. So aligning it, so this is the left edge, here's the right edge. So as you can tell, it's not fully lined up with the right edge. So there's two things you can do. One, if depending on circumstances, you can kind of rotate the head, like you can like the whole head to like on the pipe to basically tighten it a little, and then it will align it. Or two, the other way, depending on circumstances, is you can like kind of like so you remove the guts out of it, and then you can kind of turn the turret. So then once you got so then you can kind of like, so I got make sure you have it fully to the right, and then you kind of just put it in, kind of like align, like which way you want it, and then it should just go in the canister, and then tighten it back up. Remember, lefty loosey, righty tighty. And so, yeah. 1 sec, let me get this on fully. Okay. As you can tell, this looks like it's been adjusted pretty well. Let me move this box a little closer. I don't know if you guys are able to see it pretty well here. Maybe I'll move this over a little. But to me, it looks, at least from my perspective, it looks aligned pretty well. Although it might be different on my phone. So now we're gonna pretend this is a 90-degree head. As you can tell, it's basically spraying this side. Like, pretend this is like a fence or something. It's spraying the fence basically. So what you're gonna want to do now, since they got the fixed right edge, you got the right edge aligned like that I explained earlier. You're gonna get a tool like this, or even a flat blade screwdriver works too, because hunters can use either one. This is the Airtrail tool. Rainbow tool works also. Basically, you can put it in through here, and it aligns in pretty easily. Or you can use the Hunter tool. Either way. And like, you should be able to feel it once you push it in, you should be able to kind of catch in. And so, as you can tell, it's in now. Now it's just a matter of fact of adjusting. So if you turn it to clockwise, that's going to increase the arc. So I'll show you what that looks like. So now we're doing over 180, which is not what we want. So we're going to turn it counterclockwise towards the minus sign arrow, and let's see where that goes now. Okay, we'll turn it a little more to the minus. And yeah, it'll take a lot of trial and error, you know. It's like you have to try multiple times is my point. So as you can tell, we're getting very close. So I'll turn it, let's see, just a little more to the minus. And there you have it. Now you may have to, this is specifically showing how to adjust it when it's off, like pretending that it's in the ground still, to get the approximate alignment. But I will say though, make sure that when it's on, you make sure to check it when it's on, because you might need to, make a few adjustments, as it might be different on versus in the ground. Like, you might need to either have it hit the edges a little more, or you may need to decrease the arc so it's not hitting the sidewalk, if you know what I mean. Or whatever it is, fence, sidewalk, house, yeah. So now on to the next quick portion, we're gonna talk about nozzles. So there's kind of two different ways you can do it on a PGP Ultra rotor. There's no flow stop on these model on PGP Ultras, but you can either just like unscrew it out and pull it like this, or you can kind of just, or you can keep it in the ground and just use the pull up tool part that's meant to be used for the for not like the nozzle removal port. And once again, it works for either rotors or sorry, Rainbird tools or Hunter tools work for a PGP Ultra, and the I-20 same thing. So you can pull it up like this. Now they do make a collar also, so if it's too much of a pain for your hands to hold it up, then you can get a nozzle insertion collar. Now I'm just gonna show you all how to do the nozzle. Like I'll just remove it out of the box to show y'all. So currently we have actually a nozzle in here, so I'm gonna show y'all how to remove it. Here, let me. Oh, my phone's starting to. Okay, there we go. So first you want to put the hex end or a flat blade screwdriver. Either one works. I'll show you all using both of them. But you're gonna turn to the left to loosen the screw, or counterclockwise, I mean. And then you should see, like, as you can tell, the screw's no longer in there. And then the I-20 sadly doesn't have it, but the PGP Ultra does. It has a little groove right here. So you put the hex tool in, and you can just pop the nozzle out. Now, sometimes if it has a hard time coming out, you may need to just loosen the screw just a little more. But yeah, it just pops out like that. And then I'll show you all how to put a new nozzle in also. So you can put so you kind of just align it. And unlike the regular PGP, the PGP Ultra and I-20 have the flat top design where it can kind of align it easier and it just pushes in straight. And then now I'm going to show y'all doing it with the flat blade screwdriver. Now people do bash on Hunter a lot, saying you have to use a hex tool, which is annoying, but that's actually not the case. I would recommend the Rainbow one more. As you can tell, it's kind of tearing up the rubber cover arrow, but this is just my personal one. I'm not going to install this one at least, but yeah. You can, though. Yeah, you can definitely use a flat blade if you want. It might be you may need to align it, and sometimes it's a little harder with how, like, the arrow is, but it is possible, though. But yeah, I think it's safer to use the hex tool. The Rainbow tool might not be as bad. I was using the ear trail screwdriver. I was able to get it down a little bit. But yeah. But I'll just use the hex tool. See, I actually do like using the hex tool. I feel like, from my experience, I don't know why a lot of people like this flat blade, but from my experience, I just feel like the flat blade kind of slides like, like in the slot, slides out of the slot, and then kind of damages the rubber cover. So I actually do like the hex tool personally. That's just my opinion, though. But yeah, and you can lower it down a little if you want a shorter radius, or don't lower it down too much because then the screw might pop out. But this is usually about the standard that I've used, that I've learned to do it by, is just having it kind of just to the tip right here. So yeah, this is gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good sprinkler season this year. Bye.